Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Manning Field for Senior Night, St. Mary's. And introducing the seniors, Colin Nickel, 33. St. Mary's just making their way out. The game, Lynn Tech girls just finished. They're playing at St. Mary's against Fenwick tonight. And they're just, a lot of the St. Mary's players are just now getting out on the field, looking to warm up. Jeff Newhall, the 8. Dylan Maroney. Another senior. I mean, giving flowers and stuff to their parents. They don't have a lot of seniors. They're a young team. Derek Garcia is the next one. They take pictures because they got a Flower League 2023 set up that they're staying behind, having pictures taken with. Finishing up great careers at St. Mary's. Mark Wood, number 8. A total of 4 seniors.
Next up, we have Lauren Garwood with Holly and Jenna. Just take a moment to recognize our associate head of school day enrollment this year, and our vice principal, Mr. Jim Ruby. Thank you, John.
Roland Sherwood is that last one. Now having pictures taken with, and then have pictures taken with all of the seniors. While the rest of the team warm up, and they'll warm up. And it's a big one. It's always a big one. I used to say Thanksgiving this would be October, of course. I can't do that anymore because they don't play each other anymore on Thanksgiving because of World War III a couple of years ago. And since then, every game against Fenwick for St. Mary's means very, very much. This is the biggest win on the schedule in all the sports. St. Mary's against Fenwick, and obviously for Fenwick as well. So Fenwick against St. Mary's boys soccer, Catholic Central League. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back when we get started with real soccer. Welcome back. After the seniors were introduced, I'm sorry we missed. We didn't know they were going to do it. St. Mary's Choir did a great rendition of the national anthem. And now we'll get ready for soccer. St. Mary's, I believe, is looking for their 10th win. I think they're 9-2-1. Bishop Fenwick has only won 2 and tied a couple. St. Mary's is trying to sweep. They beat them at Fenwick. So we're trying to beat them at home here. Deanie Rowan in net for Fenwick. Jacob Garino in net for St. Mary's. Fenwick is a very young team. They've got 17 players on their roster. 2 of them are seniors. 12 of the 17 are either freshmen or sophomores. So Coach Julius Pertilla has a job and a half ahead of him. St. Mary's coach Shane McCarron, in his first year, is going to make the state tournament. St. Mary's will get the first throw-in. And we got a substitution, a couple right off the bat for St. Mary's. And now it almost went off St. Mary's. I think substitution might have been what the seniors that don't normally start out on the field for this one, as Rowan boots it away. St. Mary's got a rare win. This being Monday, they got a rare win last night, Sunday. A forfeit. I don't remember anybody ever forfeiting a high school game of any kind. They get the shot on net. Rowan made the save, almost left a rebound with a blue shirt sitting in his lap. Good hard shot, but he went down and made the save and boots it away. Arlington Catholic was supposed to play St. Mary's, I think, a couple of weeks ago. And everybody got here, and the game was postponed because, for some reason, for Arlington Catholic, and they said, we'll reschedule. And they rescheduled it for last night, Sunday night. And everybody got here, including myself and my camera crew, and all of a sudden, they told us they forfeited. So St. Mary's, it's a win that they don't really like. Arlington Catholic, well, they threw it out in front. Fenwick, a perfect pass out in front, and Arlington Catholic kind of stubbed at it and didn't get it. If they get a good tap on that, they've got a goal. But when they try to tap it, they hit it off the heel or the toe and just tipped it wide. St. Mary's got a break there because Fenwick, going down the far side, made a perfect pass right out in front, and there was a player there to redirect it, and he just missed getting a good shot and just deflected it out of play. The reason it's not a great win, I mean, a win normally is a win, but in this day and age with this convoluted state tournament, you take into consideration the teams you beat, how many goals you scored, what the final score is. If you're beating teams 1-0, it's not as good as the teams that are beating those teams 3-0. So Arlington Catholic had a problem. Shot on net again by St. Mary's. Hard shot, but right at Rowan, he was able to make the save. So St. Mary's gets, I believe it's 3-0, but that doesn't help them to his state tournament berth. They sent it out in front, and they tipped it in. I think it's Wood. Perfect pass from the corner. It came out in front, and Wood was sitting on the doorstep. So early in the game, St. Mary's gets on the board. They get a head on it, and they're going to call Miller offside. Mark Wood is one of those seniors that was introduced on senior night, so that's a big goal for him. He pushed it to the near side and almost knew how to play. Just kept in. Now St. Mary's looking to take the shot. It got partially blocked. Fenwick will clear it away and knock it out of play. Garcia, another one of those seniors, will put it in play. And Fenwick knocks it out again. And Garcia will move a little further down. And we got, I think they're calling a collision against St. Mary's, and Fenwick's trying to get a free kick. It's nice that this place is being used all the time. This is the third game tonight. But the problem is that everybody has to wait for the third game. Wood had the pass bounced off Wood. And if he caught it cleanly, he would have walked in. He had to wait for it. It bounced off him. He had to reach back and get it. And that kind of slowed the play down. He got the shot on net, but Rowan was able to make the easy save. Now Fenwick goes down. He didn't call it a takedown. They just called it going out off St. Mary's. They tip it by. St. Mary's with a break. Looking to walk in. And they got too much foot on the shot. They knocked it way over the net. They had a player, two players breaking down the middle. They could have made the pass. They opted to take the shot, and they drilled it and got too much foot into it. Knocked it way up over the net and out of play. I mentioned these are World War III's that were offside St. Mary's. They used to play football on Thanksgiving. They got away from it. St. Mary's used to be in the Commonwealth Conference League, and they got to play. It was all four Lynn teams playing. Lynn Tech would play St. Mary's, and obviously English and Glasgow. And then Tech dropped St. Mary's, and they picked up Fenwick again. And after a couple of years, they played the game over at Fenwick. And St. Mary's was going to the Super Bowl, and he had a couple of people that were nicked up a little bit. So they sat him down and didn't play in the game. And then there was a question about whether it was so cold, whether they would play it Friday night or Saturday morning, and it was a lot of hullabaloo over the whole event. And then it turned out where Fenwick played all of their regulars through the entire game, ran up over 50 points and buried St. Mary's. And Coach Wood announced afterwards that he wouldn't play St. Mary's anymore, which was kind of silly because St. Mary's is on the schedule. You have to play them anyway. And since that blow-up, that Thanksgiving game, every game has been like the Yankees and the Red Sox and the Bruins and the Canadians. You know, World War III, there's almost popped it by. Defense just made the stop. I think that was Miller trying to get by and walk in. We're 10 minutes in and counting this first half, 1-0 St. Mary's. On a goal by one of the seniors on senior night, Mark Wood. And he called contact against Fenwick, so St. Mary's is going to get a free kick from just about the 25-yard line, right at the 25-yard line, at an angle from the far side. Headed by Fenwick. Wood got a piece of it, couldn't knock it down and get a shot. Fenwick finally clears it away. Broken up. Bodies go down. Fenwick went down. St. Mary's went down first, but Fenwick went down. And Fenwick will get a free kick. They put it quickly into play. Trying to take it down the far side. St. Mary's just took it away. They knocked it deep, or they tried to. It got blocked. They pushed it by. They pushed it too far, but they got it back. They push it up. St. Mary's looking for a break down the far side. They cut it back to the middle. They gave it up a little bit deep. They tried to center it. Fenwick blocked it. St. Mary's had a great opportunity there, but they couldn't connect with their passes. They had people in position. They were a step and a half late making the pass, and it cost them. They didn't get a shot off. Fenwick trying to knock it deep. They connect. And Fenwick runs over St. Mary's. He was a little too much one-on-one. He had people going down the side, far side, didn't make the pass. He tried to fiddle and diddle and get around the defense, and it cost him. St. Mary's will get the free kick just inside midfield. The girls are playing. They may have already played. Fenwick came back and tied the girls 4-4 the first game. In football, St. Mary's lost a tough game. They had the ball with a chance to run the clock out. They fumbled. Fenwick went down and scored and tied the game up. And Fenwick won it in double overtime. And that cost St. Mary's dearly because the winner of that was probably and is probably going to win the Catholic Central League. Fenwick, I think, still has to play Fian. But I don't think they had a tough game against Williams. Fenwick had to come from behind. So St. Mary's is hoping that Fian can knock off Fenwick and St. Mary's can win their games. St. Mary's has already beaten Fenwick in a barn burner. I think it was 12-7 or 12-8. St. Mary's trying to get around. Fenwick took it away. Again, a little too much one-on-one. Garcia knocks it upfield. Tipped ahead. There would be twixting between the defenseman was going to go get it, and then Rowan must have called and said, I got it. And he let it go through to Rowan, and he'll kick it away. St. Mary's almost knocked it ahead. They would have walked in. It took that little bit of a bounce back. Good hustle by Maroney. Kicks it upfield, looking for a break. Pushing it ahead. Sliding. Rowan comes out of the net to grab it. There's nobody in the net. He finally reached around the St. Mary's player and grabbed it. I think that was Miller. Reached around and grabbed it. Jackson was looking for it taken away. Garcia got a foot on it, kicked it out. St. Mary's trying to knock it deep. It stays in play. And he'll kick it back to Rowan and let him kick it away. St. Mary's almost picked it off. Tipped by Miller. Rowan didn't kick it away, just gave it to the defenseman to kick it away. And they kind of pooch it upfield. The roster doesn't list if any of these Fenwick kids are from Lynn, so I don't know. That's one of the many things that people don't understand when you look and say, how come local teams don't play in that many Super Bowls? Other teams, even like Swampscott, a small town, going to a Super Bowl. You look and say, here in Lynn, we have 10 soccer teams. 5 boys, 5 girls, counting Kip. We have players in the sports, football, baseball, basketball, hockey. Some go to prep school. Some go to St. John's Prep. Some go to Bishop Fenwick. One year we had a couple of kids playing at Essex Tech. So the talent in Lynn is spread around many places. Of course, if you put it in one place, you'd be like Everett or Brockton or the Prep. You'd be playing Division I. You wouldn't be playing the local team. St. Mary's going to be called for climbing the back. So the fact that year in and year out, these Lynn teams, just about all of them, certainly a large percentage, have winning seasons, make it to the tournament. And that's saying something when you look and say where all the teams are spread around thinly, all the players spread around thinly. It really says something that we have. Last year we had all 4 boys baseball teams making the state tournament. four softball teams made it, so 6 out of 8 teams made the state tournament. And that's a feather in that cap for Lynn when you figure where the talent is, how the talent is spread out. Just among the 4 schools, 5 counting Kip in the city. So the coaches, the ADs, all the people involved, they do a very good job. Looking to go deep. St. Mary's got another break. Down the far side, trying to catch up Fenwick. They take the shot and they knock it home. They had the break last time. They knocked it over the net. Jackson was the guy breaking down that far side. They've had a couple of breakaways. They missed making a couple of passes. They took a shot over the net. That time they put the shot right on the money, under the top crossbar, inside the far post from where they were shooting it from, the near post on your TV. And St. Mary's grabs a 2-0 lead. St. Mary's picks it off. Push it down that far side again. They walk right through. They tip it in front. Just as they were getting a foot on it, Fenwick blocked it. They couldn't get a foot on it right away. It was bouncing. They waited for the ball to come down, and just as they were lining it up and booting it, what they thought was an open net, the goalie and the defenseman all came over, and they all blocked the shot. It went out. And St. Mary's will get a corner kick. We're past the halfway mark of this first half. St. Mary's leading at 2-0 on goals by Wood and Jackson. Headed away by Fenwick. St. Mary's drills it back and got too much foot. They knocked that almost to Western Avenue. Fenwick, Wood takes it away. Fenwick had that one chance. They give it back to Wood, trying to line up with the right foot. They give it back inside. Wood takes the shot. Went way wide. It was going way wide, and they tried to, I think that was Miller trying to bicycle kick it, and he kicked it over everything. Wood did a great job keeping it alive. And then Miller was out in front. Miller out in front had his back to the net. He had to try and kick it over his head. He kicked it out of play. So St. Mary's had all kinds of chances. Fenwick had that one chance when it was still 0-0. The great pass out in front. The player sitting right on the doorstep, getting a piece of it, but didn't get a good foot on it and had the open net and tipped it wide right. St. Mary's going to get called for knocking Fenwick down. Everybody was going up trying to get the ball. St. Mary's went over the back. St. Mary's knocks it deep. Another foot race. Rome will come all the way out to the 20-yard line. and booted away. Lead pass knocked away nicely by the defense by McCarron. That gets through. They had a Fenwick player breaking down the near side. Would have walked in alone. McCarron made the nice defense. Fenwick got the shot off. They didn't have a real good angle. Garino held the post and made the save. He almost gave that away. Again, they love going down that far side. Fenwick took it away. Tipped away nicely by the defense. And they're going to get Garcia for sliding into Fenwick and taking the player down. 15 minutes and counting left in this first half. 2-0 St. Mary's. And it's going to go out of play. Knocked out by Garcia. Byers put it in play for Fenwick. And he booted it all the way back to Rowan. And he boots it back upfield. St. Mary's heads it back. Everybody getting ahead on it, trying to get control. St. Mary's reaches in, knocks it out. And gets knocked out by Garcia. Headed away by St. Mary's. Miller pushing it up. And here they come again down that far side. They found a home down there. Out in front, right by everybody. Defense, offense went up in the air at the 5-yard line trying to get a piece of it. It went by everybody. St. Mary's takes it away. Lead pass. And they knock it home. That's Miller. Great pass. They picked it off. And they made a terrific pass across to Miller. And he knocked it home. Jackson, who got the goal, the second goal, took that away from the defense, walked in, made a nice little slide pass across to Miller, and he just banged it home. So St. Mary's ups the lead to 3-0. We're missing it, looking for a sweep against this very young Fenwick team. The kick ahead, it winds up at the side of the net. Garino will grab it. He hasn't been very busy. He's made one save at the far post. They had that one shot that got deflected away from the net. Or the pass that was deflected away. And Mary's trying to drop it back. It got picked off. Now they drill it just over the top crossbar. It actually hit on top of the net, just over the crossbar. That was from almost the 20-yard line. A perfect kick, missed by inches. Mary's got a head on it. I think they're calling St. Mary for running into Fenwick to get the head on it. 10 minutes left in this first half. A big one for St. Mary's. Fenwick trying to pick it off. St. Mary's with a rush, right up the middle. They had the right idea, the pass. Garcia did the right thing, but he pushed it just too far, and they couldn't go get it. Rowan was able to come out and pick it off. Jackson got broken up. Popped in the air. They got a head on it. Wood trying to collect, push it to the side. The shot goes over the net. Wood dropped it off. I think it was Jackson again looking for the shot. It's all St. Mary's here. Leading at 3-0. St. Mary's had all kinds of chances. They've got 3. They could have had a few more, knocking the ball over the net, on top of the net. They're back at it again, down deep. They call St. Mary's offside. We started out trying a very young Fenwick team. Only 2 seniors, only 3 juniors. 12 of the 17 are either freshmen or sophomore. The goaltender, Rowan, is a sophomore. Wood trying to collect, bounced too high. Pushing it up. It hasn't been down this deep in a long time. And St. Mary's knocks it away. Wood pushes it even further. And St. Mary's knocks it off Fenwick. They'll get a corner kick. And we'll have a substitution for St. Mary's. Out in front, and I mean draping over him. The blue shirt almost leaned on his back. Rowan stepped in front of a blue shirt and picked that corner kick off. So he was that close again. Fenwick will have a substitution. As we got 5 minutes and counting left in this first half. Again, a big one for St. Mary's. They're leading at 3-0. Could be a lot more. Trying to get it by with those long kicks. He kicked it behind Wood, but he'll track it down. Trying to get it to the net. Miller coming in. Just a little too far for him to get a piece of it. Rowan picked it off and kicked it away. From that far side again, St. Mary's starting out. Long range. A line shot. I think that was Jackson again. Rowan had to make that save right at the post. Diving to make the save. St. Mary's just keeping the pressure on. Here in the closing moments. Headed away by Fenwick. St. Mary's got a head on it. Fenwick will knock it away. They knock it deep, looking for a break. Foot race. Maroney gets there first. Good hustle by Maroney. And he couldn't keep it in. It went out. Headed out by St. Mary's. And we'll get a substitution for St. Mary's. Now they're saying no substitution. I don't understand that anyway. Every other sport, if there's a stoppage in play, you can make a substitution. Soccer, you can't do it. It has to be only at certain times can you make substitutions. They knock it deep, and they call St. Mary's offside. Pass. It was by mistake they completed the pass. Now they make a little shift to get around. St. Mary's breaks it up. And they knock it deep, looking for a break. Fenwick is back, breaks it up. St. Mary's takes it away. Still with it. They get it back, they take the shot and knock it over the net. They worked awful hard. It dropped back. Wood was following the play. It finally got knocked back to Wood. He took the shot and knocked it over the net. Final 2 minutes and counting. St. Mary's takes it away. Out in front. And shot got partially blocked, popped up. St. Mary's gets it back. Fenwick knocks it away. And he'll kick it upfield. They just barely kept it in. St. Mary's took it away. Cornell winds up with it. Nice little shift around, but he lost it out of play. Cornell usually plays back on defense. They got him playing up front. Closing moments of this first half. St. Mary's leading it 3-0 over arch enemy Fenwick. St. Mary's knocks it upfield. Wood knocks it ahead. St. Mary's gets there. Fenwick knocks it out. St. Mary's will get a corner kick with time winding down. They might just get the kick and the whistle will blow. This is the first time I've seen this with the official. They kick it. I just said that. They might get the kick and blow the whistle and then the half, and that's exactly what they did. I don't know why they even bother letting them line up the kick. As soon as he kicked the ball, they blew the whistle. And that's the first time I've seen an official behind the net. There's usually one on each side. So St. Mary's gets 3 in this senior night event against arch rival Fenwick. And it's 3-0 St. Mary's over Fenwick at halftime. Welcome back to Manning Field as we're just about set to start the second half. St. Mary's is waiting for Fenwick to come out of the locker room. They finally showed up. St. Mary's leading it 3-0. A goal by Mark Wood, a goal by Kaya Jackson, a goal by Nick Miller off a pretty pass from Jackson. And on senior night, St. Mary's is a half away from sweeping the series. And I got word that at halftime the St. Mary's girls are leading 3-0. So they would go 1-0-1. The first game was tied 4-4 Fenwick and St. Mary's girls. So Fenwick will get to put it in play. And we're underway in the second half. St. Mary's dominated. They had 3. They could have been in double digits. They got, I can't count the number of shots they knocked over the net, on top of the net, right or left of the net that just missed. Pretty little crowd here on senior night for St. Mary's on a long night. Fenwick with a break. St. Mary's catches up and takes it away. Fenwick's going to get called for taking St. Mary's down. A kick will come from the St. Mary's 45. I don't know how the field hockey team did it. I was glad we don't cover field hockey because I was here earlier walking my dog and it all of a sudden it just poured rain. And St. Mary's is supposed to play field hockey. I don't know what they do in those conditions. They call St. Mary's offside. But I'm looking saying football team won. The girls and boys are both winning. If field hockey won, it would be a pretty good long weekend for St. Mary's. And St. Mary's runs into Fenwick. It rolled. Goaltender came out to get it. He missed it. It went by him. It rolled in the net. We're giving the goal to Nick Miller, his second. That just agonizing. He rolled the goaltender, come out, it got by him. He chased it and couldn't stop it from going in the net. And St. Mary's now leads it 4-0. So Miller has 2. Jackson has a goal and assist. So Mary's going to get a corner kick from the near side. As they come out and go right back to work like they did in the first half and just control Fenwick, not let their offense get going at all. And it goes right by everybody, out of play. St. Mary's really pressing down deep in the corner, almost took it away. Headed back to the middle off Fenwick. Picked off by St. Mary's. Knocking it deep, hustling. St. Mary's will get there and keep it in. Trying to center it off Fenwick, and they clear it away. Down deep. Fenwick will kick the clearing pass away. The centering pass and knock it out behind the St. Mary's bench. Out in front, takes a big hop. Rowan will grab it and hold on and kick it away. Miller had it knocked away. Solis will put it in play. Getting it to the middle was Weber. St. Mary's tried to center it. It got tipped. And they throw it across. Miller got a head on it, knocked it in. I don't think they're going to give it to him. I guess they are going to give it to him. I thought I heard a whistle, but I guess I didn't. So Miller winds up with a hat trick. That was a high pop-up coming from the far side, out in front. Miller got a head on it and knocked it in. And for some reason, I didn't know what they were going to call it, offside or contact. I thought I heard a whistle. And everybody stopped. but they gave it to him, so it's now 5-0. And Miller's got 3 of them. Knocked away by the defense. Weber knocking it deep. They knock it into the St. Mary's end. They tip it back. That's about the only way Garino's going to get to touch it, because Fenwick is not coming anywhere near the St. Mary's net. They got one shot, easy save by Garino in the first half. They had that big chance when it was still 0-0. The centering pass, the player out in front had an open net and tipped it wide right. Kind of shanked it and trying to redirect it into the net. And that's been it. The ball has been in the Fenwick end probably 90% of the time. Trying to knock it away. They knock it deep. And that's basically what Fenwick is trying to do, just knock it out of their end. And maybe just takes it away. They leave it. Fenwick knocked it out. Solons will throw it in. Fenwick knocks it out again. They send it across. Looking to walk in. Nice give and go. And the pass is just a little too far ahead. Jackson breaking to the net. And just far enough that Damon could grab it and hold on before Jackson got there. Nice little give and go. And now they blow the whistle for, I don't know if it was out. I don't know if St. Mary's offside, but Fenwick will get the throw in. And they throw it out of play. So winds up right back in the Fenwick end. And they knock it out. Throw in will come a little deeper. And they'll push it down a little further with the throw in. Trying to knock it to the net. Fenwick knocks it away. St. Mary's got a piece of it. And the pass goes right to St. Mary's. They tip it ahead. Again, that pass is just far enough that Damon could go out and get it. And they missed by inches. Out off Fenwick again. Weber with the throw in. They call it off Jackson. Shot from long range. Damon will go down and field the ground ball, looking like a shortstop, and he'll boot it away. No, he just flips it to one of his defenders. St. Mary's heads it back. The only time the ball is left, that ball is way out of play. I was wondering when they're going to blow the whistle. The only time the ball's been out of Fenwick zone is when they kicked it deep into St. Mary's end, and St. Mary's kicked it right back. Knocked out again. Down that far side, throwing it out in front. Fenwick got there and knocked it away. St. Mary's pops it up in the air to the middle. Headed away by Fenwick. And St. Mary's takes it away, keeps it right in the Fenwick end. They knock it back. They tip it by, looking to walk in. I think they call him offside. They got the shot. It got tipped wide, but it wouldn't have counted anyway. St. Mary's just not letting Fenwick breathe at all. This is not a lot of seniors against underclassmen. Fenwick has 2 seniors. St. Mary's only had 5. So St. Mary's is a young team as well. They tip it ahead. Coming down the near side. They get it to the middle. It got bounced off St. Mary's. They couldn't get the shot. And they hit it right back into the Fenwick end. And this is what they do. They knock it deep into St. Mary's end, and St. Mary's knocks it right back. Way to the far side, St. Mary's collects. Trying to get around down the far side. They drop it back. And they push it too far. It's going to go out of play. St. Mary's got 3 in the first half. They've got 2 here in the second half. And we're 15 minutes in to the second half. St. Mary's well on their way. These are the games that, when the season starts, you pick out games. You want to win them all, but you pick out the games that are really meaningful. And the 2 against Fenwick are just that. And St. Mary's is going to win both. And they've really controlled this one so far. They call St. Mary's offside. Fenwick will kick it away. And St. Mary's got a piece. There's another one of those deep kicks to the Fenwick end. They kick it a little bit further this time, but they still can't get it anywhere near the net. St. Mary's going to hit with contact. Fenwick will get a kick from the 40-yard line. They have not, the second half, I don't think they got the ball inside the 30-yard line. This one's coming from the 35, so they'll certainly get inside the 30-yard line here. It's at the 35, dead center. A big hop goes wide left and out of play. So they still haven't controlled it inside the 30. St. Mary's knocks it deep, looking for a break. They push it ahead, walking in, and they knock it home. Miller again has got 4. Cian Levisher is going to be the new goalie. Carino is going to take a legitimate rest. He's had a rest in the net for this game so far. He's going to get a legitimate rest now on the bench as Levisher will finish up the last 22 minutes. And St. Mary's just pouring it on. 3 in the first, 3 in the second. Miller having a night and a half. And St. Mary's not letting up. Knocked out by Fenwick. St. Mary's will get a corner kick. Coming from the near side. It went by the net 100 miles an hour on that line drive kick. So he's got a head on it, knocked it behind the net. Fenwick will get to kick it away. And they don't boot it deep. Now they boot it deep, but St. Mary's picks it off. Knocks it ahead. And from long range, they take the shot. It goes wide right. Put it right on the chest of St. Mary's. Fenwick knocks it out. Halfway through and counting the second half, St. Mary's well on their way to sweeping the series against Fenwick. Shanked it. St. Mary's looking to take it away. Knocking it away, and St. Mary's gets called for a knockdown. And that's Solis. And we got Solis made the contact, and he is the one that's down. They're coming out to check on him. Off St. Mary's, they saved it from going out. Fenwick almost had control inside the 30-yard line. St. Mary's boots it deep to the Fenwick end. They tried to knock it deep. Fenwick blocked it. Now they knock it deep. Coming down that far side, they try to pass it to the near side. They come around, they take the shot. Damon will make the save. You got an awful lot of shots on net. You know, awful lot of shots that missed the net. Pushing it up. St. Mary's back checks and takes it away. And he calls St. Mary's offside. Fenwick gets around. They had it. They still have it. They tip it. They didn't get inside. They got inside the 30. Didn't get inside the 20. They got tipped and knocked out, and they'll get the throwing down deep. This is the first time in ages they're throwing it in down here. All kinds of whistles because we got a substitution for Fenwick. Yeah, well, they threw it in, but the sub hadn't left the field. Now they can throw it back in. Oh, trying to knock it deep. St. Mary's knocks it away. They tipped it, but Fenwick picked it off, and they'll knock it out. Getting around, down deep. They throw it across. They missed it. They threw it across. It was up around waist high. They tried to get the knee on the ball, and it just skipped right by. Might have skidded off the knee. But it was Miller getting involved again. He made a great rush down the near side. Beat the defense, got down in the corner, threw it across nicely, and there was a player out in front looking for it. But it was about knee high when it got to him, and he couldn't get his knee on it. That goes out of play. I think St. Mary's is going to get a corner kick. That looked like St. Mary's was offside. Coming from the far corner. Out in front. I think somebody got a hand on it. It got deflected. By the time the kicker got it and booted it in, there were at least two players that were offside, and somebody might have got a hand on it or an arm. Damon has to kick it away with St. Mary's surrounding him. St. Mary's takes it away. He blocks that long pass. They're going to call St. Mary's, I think. 15 minutes and counting left in this one. This one was in the books for St. Mary's a long time ago. Fenwick just can't get any offense going at all. They knock it deep down the near side. Nice little shift. They take the shot. Great move by Miller again. Just went fake left, went right, drilled the shot. Damon made a nice save off a hard shot. Tip deep. Fenwick took it away. St. Mary's will knock it away. They almost walked in. St. Mary's going to call for a takedown. Fenwick is going to get a shot from around the 20-yard line. St. Mary's was fiddling and diddling. They almost gave one away to Fenwick. From just outside the 20-yard line, slight angle to the near side. They knock it way wide left. They faked the right foot kick. They let the lefty take it, and he sliced it way off to the left and out of play. So they still haven't tested either Garino or now Levasseur, who's in net now for St. Mary's. And Levasseur will kick it away. They knock it deep. Garcia had it blocked and taken away. And St. Mary's knocked it out. I don't know why the kick is coming from there. They knocked it out on the side. I don't know why it wouldn't get a throw in from the side. He almost gave it away again. Looking to try and get a shot off. Pushing it down that far side. They slipped it out in front. Damon made a great save. He was down, but they couldn't get a foot on the rebound and get another shot. He made a great save. Now St. Mary's going to get a free kick from inside the 30. Damon will catch that little pop-up, little fly ball. And he throws it upfield. St. Mary's got a foot on, kicked it back. That was Weber. Fenwick will make wholesale changes. I think St. Mary's is about to do the same thing. Ten minutes and counting left in this one. So Mary's got 3 in the first half, 3 in the second half. Miller, if our vision is correct, he's got 4. St. Mary's loves that far side. They throw it out in front. They had to wait for the pass. Took a bounce and kind of spun away from the intended receiver. They blew the whistle for some reason. I don't know why they bothered to call St. Mary's offside. Fenwick already had the ball. They were kicking it upfield. Fenwick with a rush down that far side. St. Mary's breaks it up and takes it right back to the Fenwick end. And we got St. Mary's being taken down. They threw it in quickly, but they blew the whistle to stop the play. I was just about to say St. Mary's got a whole bunch of players warming up behind their bench, but they didn't have anybody looking to come in, but now they have. They're going to make wholesale changes now. Down the far side again. Kicked it too far, it goes out of play. I said they were making wholesale changes. They made one. Now they made two. There's like 4 players waiting to check in. I don't know why they didn't put them all in. Cornell takes the shot. Big time save by Damon. Boy, he's been busy in that. He hasn't had time to blink. The ball has been on his end of the field 90% of the time. They knock it deep. Fenwick knocks it away. Now St. Mary's will make those wholesale changes. Fenwick will make one as well. Fenwick knocks it deep.
Johnny, you'll lock everything up, right?
They let it go through. Livershare went through and got it. He got leveled. He got whacked. And he went down. Just as the scoreboard clock reaches that shutoff point, 5 minutes left. Livershare to get it, and it was a collision. The ball got loose, and they're calling the trainer out. Livershare, who just came in to replace Carino in net, was on the back end of that. He went to get the ball, and there was a little bit of a bump. Looked like they both came together at the hip. He went down. He walked out under his own steam. He's out, and Garino was back in as we're in the final 5 minutes and counting. As I mentioned, the clock goes off. Damon left that rebound with a couple of blue shirts bearing down on him. So St. Mary's, starting Saturday, had a big week in sports, a big weekend in sports. The field hockey team won. Boys and girls soccer are winning. The football team won big. So they're going to go 4-0. Fenwick almost got a shot on net. They went in. They knocked Carino down. The ball went by, but it went wide right. And St. Mary's will kick it away. That's the closest the Fenwick has come to putting a shot on net here in the second half. They got one shot in the first half that Carino made a save on right at the post. I mean, they haven't even got shots over the net or wide right or wide left. That was the first one that went wide. Initially, they had that pass from the far side out in front. They had a shot to take the lead in the game, actually. The pass came across. The player standing right on the doorstep somehow got a foot on it, but tipped it wide. So he was way offside. Bodies go down on the far side. So Mark Wood got the one that was the difference in the game, the first goal. Jackson with a great shot coming down the far side, drilled it over the goaltender's head, under the crossbar, inside the far post from where he was shooting it from, the near post on your TV screen. And a great takeaway by Jackson. Fed the nice pass to Nick Miller, who just laser beamed it by Damon. And it was 3-0, and that was halftime. Miller come out and got 3 goals in the second half to give him 4 for the game. He's got 4, St. Mary's has got 6. And they almost made it 7. Damon took that away from 2 blue shirts sitting on the doorstep. Fenwick looking at the shot. They tipped it. St. Mary's knocks it out. Actually, they're calling it off Fenwick. It's the only game I know where right now, if he kicks the ball, as he kicks it, they could blow the whistle. I don't know why they don't. The first half, corner kick for St. Mary's. As he approached it, as he kicked the ball, they blew the whistle. I don't know why they even bother to let him kick the ball. It's a very strange game. Cornell working hard. Pushes it down the near side. And he calls St. Mary's offside. And they blow the whistle, and that's going to do it. So Garino will get the shutout. St. Mary's gets the win over another huge win over Fenwick. And they got 4 wins Saturday to Monday. Field hockey, football. But both soccers are the most important ones because both soccer, boys and girls, both beat Fenwick. And that's huge wins. Those are the enemy, if you will. And those are the games that you point when you start. So Jackson with a goal and assist, Wood with a goal. Miller has a huge night with 4. Congratulations to all the seniors. They have a great senior night as they win it over Fenwick by a score of 6-0. We hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.